What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Straight Sticks, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Transformers Combiner Wars Hotspot, and we'll get into them. He comes with these two accessories, which are two single cast guns, and not a lick of paint, as we've come to expect, and fairly hollow as well, but there those are. As for the figure himself, head is on a ball joint, limited up, a good amount down for what you would need. And we got blue paint on the mask, which is done nice, and red paint on the eyes, which is done nice. Swivel is intact. Shoulders are on a soft ratchet up and down. You got a ratcheting swivel in there as well, so pretty good to go there. The lower part of the shoulder is on a hinge, so you can get out. Kind of throws off the shape of the sculpt, but not terribly so. I got to admit, that's pretty well done. The shoulders themselves are painted extremely well, with the silver on the bottom and then the red stripes across, which are all done really clean. And bicep swivel right above the elbow, and then the elbow is on a soft ratcheting hinge here, which gets you 90 degrees, and you can kind of fake it till you make it with an upper elbow joint up there, getting you the full gambit, so to speak. Same on the other side, not a lick of paint on the forearms or the tires, of course. The chest does have some paint on it. We got the tampered Autobot symbol on there, which looks good. We got the yellow inside the red, which looks good. This is on a blue piece of plastic, so the red is all painted as well, and that all looks nice. It looks nice when you paint stuff. And then we got a black metallic paint down there on the bottom, and that looks good as well. No waist swivel, which I find unbelievable.
Did you know that they actually caught Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? Ah, it was the panda bear was like a myth for like 60 years, so I can believe that.
And do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
The Loch Ness Monster? Absolutely. I mean, so if it's a big lake, that thing, it's a big lake. There's got to be stuff in there we don't know about.
Hey, I heard that Combiner Wars Hotspot doesn't have a waist swivel.
Wait, what? Unbelievable. But back to the matter at hand. Ratcheting joints for the thighs, ratcheting universals get you up to there, out to there, so pretty much anything you could possibly want. And then we have a thigh swivel, and the knees, which are a little wonky. They're double jointed, but the joints aren't as tight as they should be because they hinge down at the bottom, so you can almost say they're triple jointed knees, which throws the stability of the figure off. But articulation wise, you can kind of manipulate it to get what you want, but it never quite ends up looking all the way right. And then the paint on the calves is all done fairly well, with the tampered fire rescue on there with the red stripe, and then the sirens are painted as well, or the light bar rather, and then the silver in there with the red stripes painted well once again. And then we got a huge chunk of kibble on the back, which there's just no getting around or escaping. You can have it down like that, or you can have it up like this, which I almost think looks better, but it is kind of offensive either way. And that's him. Let's get him transformed. Bring those double joints up, or triple joints rather, and spin it at the thigh, and then that tabs into there. Bring the foot down. Oh, I'm sorry, the foot is also has a double jointed tilt but no rocker, so that kind of sucks. And then it's got black paint and silver paint on there as well. And that goes down in there. Same on the other side. And tab the black pieces together. Bring that down there. Tab all that together. We'll deal with this abortion here in a minute. Fold the head in. Close that up. Bring the shoulders up. and tab in the forearms. Same on the other side. And then you have something that looks like this. These open up to allow this out. And then my problem with this is that it looks ugly. I guess you have to have it. You have to have it like this. There you go. And then close that back up. And there you have this rocket ship. I mean, fire truck. I mean, vehicle from Blade Runner. I hate it. I do, and I hear people say, you know, Cybertronian mode or some sort of nonsense. But the truth of the matter is that it can't be like the fire truck can't be Cybertronian, and then all the other vehicles in the set are Earth vehicles. Like it throws it off. This might look kind of like a crash truck, like you would see at a airport or something. But I hate the front cab. I don't know why they I don't know. I don't get it. Rolls like a champ. I'll give it that. This swivels here, and then I think it comes even, yeah, this can even come up. You know, if you wanted to get it further, I guess you could sit it down there. That might actually be how it's intended. I'm not entirely sure. And then that goes up. Nothing extends here. This does hinge, so you can get your bucket and your stream wherever you want it. But there it is, I guess. I'm unenthused. Unenthused would be a good way to put it. But of course, you can always plug in your guns on your rescue vehicle, and they can go here on the side. Or I think even maybe up here a little bit. So your option. The choice is completely yours. Alright, so let's get them in combine mode. Open this up, split these. This comes down like that, and that like this. And then these covers come up here. These arms come down. And then the forearm tabs in, I believe. There you go. Same on the other side. And then, what happens here? Okay, so then this comes down and up, and these pieces tab in above the wheels. That comes down. The ladder goes through his legs like a robot thong, and then comes back up around the other side. This piece comes down and tabs in, and then these flaps come down and sit like that, I guess. And then the head is there. Yeah. And that's that. The head sculpt is good, and the overall look isn't the worst. You know, we'll see how effective he is as a combiner here shortly, but not terrible. Not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. This isn't the most thought out bit of business there. I don't think these really were needed at all in this whole piece, but there he is. Size comparison wise, there he is with the rest of his team, and admittedly looking pretty appropriate together with the exception of no groove. Final thoughts wise, there's only a few negatives. There's the kibble that doesn't quite work right, and then the major issue is that there's no waist swivel, and there's no real good reason why there isn't one, and that's really unfortunate. I guess the reason why they did it was because of the way they were going to do the ladder thong, but it would have been nice to have at least one mode of this guy that could have utilized a waist swivel, and without that, it's really hard to get him to look dynamic. The knees are wonky, and they make him a little bit unstable, so that's an issue too. And this guy is like really close because the sculpt is there and the paint is there, and that's rare. And it's unfortunate because it is so close. like I said, there's a lot of good things going for this guy. There's really sharp, well-applied paint. Not a ton of it, but where it is, it looks good, and that's nice to see. The transformation is the transformation. It's simple, but it's still, it's not too simple, but it could have used a couple more steps, and that would have freed up a lot of the problems. The articulation is almost spot on, with the exception of the waist swivel and the fact that the knees make it a little wonky, and there's no ankle rocker, which sucks. But the sculpt is there, and the mold is there, the silhouette is there. It's not a bad Voyager. It's really not. I'm interested to see what they do with Onslaught. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.